The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.
Well, this is something new. Welcome to the Gospel Road. It's Jimmy, and I'm actually working today, so I don't have my normal setup. I'm actually doing it on a little tablet that I have, but yeah, it's just trying to get things squeezed in. I mean, Iowa State Fair underway, so that's been a busy 4 days so far. By the time you listen to this, maybe it'll be over. Maybe we'll be a little deeper into the fair. In fact, I'll be heading back out this afternoon. But right now, just got some things working at the station as I got a couple of remotes going on to get taken care of before I head out and check on booths. And, well, how about more fair food? Maybe you're even going to be out to the fair, and there's a lot of great things that you can really enjoy, like the island noodles, and in fact, I forgot about this, the maple bacon strawberry shortcake. Might have to actually try that this afternoon. I had a Wagyu burger last night, which was good. I've also I've done. Oh, I'm trying to think. There's just so many things that I've already done. Of course, I've already done footlongs and all that, and that as well. Oh, poutine, had that on Friday. In fact, maybe you've seen the video because I posted that. Matt and I I work with him at one of my jobs, and we are doing these Iowa State Fair food samplings live on Facebook. It's actually kind of fun. We're going to look at John 15 today. So here we go. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word that I've spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit by itself, unless it abides in the vine. Neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me, and I in him, he is it that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is thrown away like a branch and withers, and the branches are gathered, thrown into a fire, and burned. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. But this is my Father. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit. So prove to be my disciples, as the Father has loved me. So have I loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that may joy be in you, and that your joy may be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, than someone lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends, and if you do what I command you, no longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father I have made known to you. You do not choose me, but I choose you, and appoint you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give it to you. These things I command you, so that you will love one another. If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I choose you out of this world, therefore the world hates you. Remember that the word that I said to you, a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they keep my word, they will keep yours. But all these things that they do to you on account of my name, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not have been guilty of sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. Whoever hates me hates my Father also. If I had not done among them the works that no one else did, they would not be guilty of sin. But now they have seen and hated both me and my Father. But the word that is written in their law must be fulfilled. They hated me without cause. But when the Helper comes, who I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth, who proceeds from the Father, he will bear witness about me, and you also will bear witness because you have been with me from the beginning. John 15. Lots of pieces in here. First off, talking about the vine, the branches, and being and bearing fruit, and being pruned so you can bear more fruit, so you can be better to do what it is that God is wanting you to do. Now, the interesting thing is when you look at this and you're trying to better yourself, you're trying to do what you do even more. That is true. That pruning is the learning. That pruning is the knowledge that you are going to gain the understanding of things, which we do when, we go to school, we get a job, and we have to be molded because we have to understand what it is that we do. I mean, me being in radio, been doing it for over 30 years. When I first got into it, I knew absolutely, well, I can't say nothing because I had gone to school to learn a little bit. But even with the theory that I received, the difference between theory and application are two different things. So there was a lot of pieces that I had to learn. So over the years, I continue to learn and I continue to change because it's always a changing thing, because now we're not just talking, radio, your AM and FM. We're now talking podcasts. We're talking, digital. We're talking the websites and social media. It's just a lot bigger than what it was. Now, when we talk about the Bible doesn't change. The Bible is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But it's understanding how you can take those pieces and apply it to what we're dealing with today. So again, that pruning, that God is growing you to really help you be that better person so you are able to gain more fruit. It's the same thing as you're trying to better yourself at your job. You work in a call center and you're trying to get that understanding so you can get more sales. You're trying to understand what it is so you have that knowledge to be able to bring those things in. Now, as you see, there's very easy ways that you can really put these together to really better yourself. And again, it's not just being better for ourselves, but it's being better all the way around, personally, professionally, and spiritually. That 360 degrees of health, really helping us all the way around. So personally, we want to take care of ourselves to be better, to learn, to understand life. Professionally, business-wise, we want to be better, to learn, to understand what we're doing, to be that better worker. Being better spiritually, to really work on that, that relationship that we have with God. And then all that works together because on the personal part, you're then becoming a better parent, a better brother, a better friend, a better grandparent. Being able to give the information to help people understand what it is, to help them be better, to encourage them, to lift them up, to help them be the best that they can be, as we are also trying to be the best that we can be. In fact, as we go on down into the latter part of John 15, and it talks about how at one point it was master and servants, but now he's calling us friends because the friends know what friends do, where a servant does not know what a master does. But the one part that here it says, "Remember the word that I said to you: a servant is not greater than his master." Now, he's talking about the world not accepting him and the world not accepting Christians. But here's the thing you got to remember with that. A master is not greater than his servant. So when you're sitting at work, you could say that master is your supervisor, or you're the supervisor, you're the manager. You're no better than the person that is working with you, for you. And we see that today on how people really work their way up the lines to get into those management positions. It could have been somebody sitting next to you, and then they got the job and or ended up with the promotion. And then now all of a sudden they're your boss. But again, we are not better than one another. We need to be helping one another to be the best that we can. As I've heard this forever, and I use it even more. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. Unless you are on the bed and you want to attempt to jump into them. And that could not turn out very well. I'll be honest, I have never tried it, and I'm older now, and I have no desire to even attempt that. But I mean, these are the things of remembering, of loving one another, to help one another, to be the best that they can be when they are having those issues and those problems, to really be able to have a conversation to encourage them. In fact, I was at the fair yesterday, and they were doing the State Fair Queen coordination last night. And one of the guys that were escorting the, I guess you could say, princesses out before they crowned the queen, he was talking about that there was a kid that he ended up taking in because he was in a abused household. And that he basically ended up becoming his guardian, and then he raised him. And he's turning out to be a great kid right now. He got a full scholarship to college, and he's really becoming the best that he can be because somebody believed in him, because somebody took the time to help him, to be there for him, to really allow him to grow, to be that best person, to be the best that he can be. And those are the parts that we need to remember of loving one another. I commanded you so that you love one another. We need to love each other. In fact, and this is one I remember someone talking about today, greater love has no one than this, to lay down their life for their friends. Would you do that? Would you lay down your life for your friend? I mean, I know I would. And then sometimes they always say, oh, that's easy to say, wait till the day comes and then tell me that it's going to happen. I honestly think I still would. I think I still could do that. We won't know unless it actually stares me in the face. But that's the way we need to think about this. When you're trying to be there to be that best person for one another, would you be able to do that? Would you be able to lay down your life for someone that you know? Or maybe even lay your life down for someone that you do not know? What is it that you're able to do? How is it that you're being the best that you can be, being better today than you were yesterday? And how are you moving forward to be better tomorrow than you are today? It's always learning. It's always growing. We're always going to be doing that. That's that pruning of always, going through that journey to get to be that better person, getting rid of the old dead branches, vines, leaves that are, kind of falling off. It's that recycling as we keep growing and being that better person. Even our body regenerates. They say, what is it, every 7 years that our body is all new again, new cells and all these different things. We don't change, but we just have, new innards, I guess you could say. But it's important to understand what it is that we're doing, important to make sure that we're being the best for those that are around us. John 15 is what we looked at today. I'm going to call this the Iowa State Fair edition of the Gospel Road. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a story done or any of those, but I'm going to try and do my story podcast as well, so you can go listen to those. But I always try and do the best that I can. But be sure to, if you enjoyed this, you can share it with others on social media. You can follow me on social media, both Facebook and Twitter, and also on YouTube. You can look up My Buddy Jimmy, and then on YouTube, it's My Buddy Jimmy 101. And I got my word of the days that I share on there. In fact, I'm on TikTok and Instagram. I mean, I'm pretty much all over the place. But the word of the days that I have out, and again, we're doing these State Fair food testing that you can check out as well. I even do these State Fair updates every day as well. But it's a lot of things out there, and follow me, subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening to the Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.
Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com. Barbecue provided by Kenny's Rib Wagon, catering ribs for your pleasure and serving daily at Plaza Pub, 62nd and Douglas in Des Moines across from Merle Hay Mall. Find Kenny's Rib Wagon on Facebook.
The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.